Hello, hello, hello. I'm back with another book review, this time with Robin Talley, The Lies We Tell Ourselves. So I'm going to start by, I give this a 4.5 out of 5. This was really good. So I'm going to start by reading the back in dramatic fashion. In 1959 Virginia, the lives of two girls on opposite sides of the battle for civil rights will be changed forever. Sarah Dunbar is one of the first black students to attend a previously all-white Jefferson High School. An honors student at her old school, she is put into remedial classes, spit on and tormented daily. Linda Hairston is the daughter of one of the town's most vocal opponents of school integration. She has been taught all her life that races should be kept separate but equal. Focused on forced to work together on a school project, Sarah and Linda must confront harsh truths about race, power, and the fact that they might be falling for one another. Basically, gay historical fiction. What's not to love? So this was recommended to me by my friend Summer. So like I said, it takes place in 1959 Virginia. So basically it's a group of 10 black kids ranging from freshmen to seniors. There are 3 seniors who are integrated into this previously all-white public high school. And like the back of the book said, they're completely tortured all day. They're yelled that when they first get to the school, it's a wall of white people yelling at them, and they have to make make their way through this wall of white people. It's like a sea of white people, really. And they're really Sarah's just trying her hardest. So it tells the story is told in both Sarah and Linda's perspective. So Sarah's perspective is a lot of you feel really bad for her, but then you also are like, oh my god, this was not that long ago, and this is so terrible. Because she's, terrified, she's getting tortured by other people, they're just mean, the teachers are not doing anything because they're, mostly because they're white teachers, and they truly believe that the black kids are beneath them. And then half of it is in Linda's perspective. Now, Linda's perspective is literally so cringy for the first half of the book, just because she has been taught all her life that black people are beneath her and that they're biologically dumber and things like that. And so it's so cringy listening to her talk, and when she talks to Sarah, and then she starts doing this thing where she's like, Sarah's not like other black people, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cringy. Yeah, so the whole thing is just super cringy. Super cringy. Yeah. So basically, like I said, you have Sarah who's, Sarah is one of the main characters. She is very, very stubborn. She's super determined, but she's also spending half the book terrified. She also is very Christian, which is very interesting to look at with the whole, gay perspective. Because this is also, she believes that being gay is a sin. So when she starts realizing she has feelings for Linda, and as it gets further into the book and they act on those feelings, she kind of tortures herself for a while about it, which I think it's great to see, because a lot of times you see kids who are gay oh, I just wanted to know if other people would accept me, which is totally fair, because other people matter a lot to us. But it was really interesting to see her thing about she believed she was sinning, and kind of making that transition to well, God made me this way, and God wouldn't make mistakes. And then Linda is a little more okay with the gay thing. So it's she's just more okay with it. She's just kind of hiding from other people in that sense. Linda also, like I said, kind of cringy for a really long time. And then it's really cool to see her transition from totally hardcore believing these that black people are second-class citizens, to kind of questioning herself on that, and especially with Sarah questioning her beliefs, and kind of realizing that what she's saying doesn't make sense. Linda also has this boyfriend, her fiance, who she's not technically engaged to, who's also the coach of, he's the assistant coach at her high school, so that's a little cringy, but that's also 1959 Virginia, so it's like way more plot. It's like a little more okay. He's also only 3 years older than her, so like it's not super cringy. And so she's basically using this guy as an out because she and her dad, like, they don't even butt heads. Like, they literally hate each other. Her dad kind of makes her life miserable, and like he hates her, she hates him. The mom just kind of like is in this middle position. So her easiest way for her to get out of all of this is to get married and move in with this guy, Jack. And she doesn't really love Jack, but she loves the opportunity of Jack, which is really torturing, especially with like the whole love story and like, you know, like she's using Jack and like you feel bad for Jack, but you also feel bad for her situation and you understand why she's using Jack. It's real rough. It's real rough. Yeah, but also, I mean, I don't know that much about civil rights movement, but in the sense of that it is not gentle with the material of the civil rights movement, and it's not gentle with what is happening to these children. I think that's really, really cool and really great. That it's gross what's happening to these kids, and you kind of are just like sitting back and watching like this. A, sucks, and B, this book takes place like 50 years ago. That's disgusting. So, yeah, I highly recommend Lies We Tell Ourselves, Robin Talley. It's really interesting. It's got a good love story. It's got a good story in general, and it's kind of makes you aware of a lot of things with racism and even how they tie into today. Especially with the slurs and the idea of doing nothing the idea of doing nothing is helping the oppressor. So yeah, highly recommend. What I'm reading right now is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albarat. The same author as Simon vs. the Homo Sapien. This is another one of her books. And I will be getting to you with that soon. Bye!